Islam, Christianity, Modernity, making sense of it all. I'm the Reverend Dr. Dwayne Alexander Miller. Thanks for being with me. Now, what most people get wrong about the world of Islam. What comes to mind when you hear the word Islam? For many people in the West, the images are immediate: conflict, extremism, oil, politics, terrorism, migration debates. For others, it's simply another religion, vaguely similar to Christianity or Judaism. But here's the slightly provocative truth: most people, supporters and critics alike, misunderstand what Islam actually is. Islam is not just a religion in the way many Westerners use that word. It is a civilization, a legal tradition, a moral framework, a historical memory, a global community, and yes, a faith centered on the worship of one God. Today, nearly 2 billion people identify as Muslim. That makes Islam one of the most significant forces shaping our world, culturally, politically, and spiritually. If we misunderstand it, we misunderstand our world. Let us begin with something basic. Islam means submission, specifically submission to the one God, who Muslims call Allah. That word simply means God in Arabic. Arab Christians use the same word. The heart of Islam is uncompromising monotheism. God is one, utterly sovereign, utterly unique. Muslims see themselves not as followers of a new religion, but as heirs to the faith of Abraham. In Islamic theology, Abraham, Moses, and even Jesus are prophets who proclaimed submission to the same one God. Muhammad, in the 7th century, is understood as the final prophet who restored pure monotheism. Now, here's where many Westerners get confused. We tend to think of religion as primarily private belief, what you personally think about God. But in classical terms, faith is inseparable from law, community, and public life. Islam developed a sophisticated legal tradition called Sharia, which literally means the path. It is not just criminal law, as it's often portrayed in the headlines. It includes prayer, charity, fasting, family life, contracts, inheritance, a comprehensive vision of how life before God should look. This does not mean all Muslims agree on how Sharia should function in modern states. There are enormous debates within the Muslim world. Indonesia is not Saudi Arabia, Turkey is not Iran, Senegal is not Afghanistan. And this brings us to another common mistake: talking about Islam as if it were one uniform bloc. There is no single Muslim culture. Islam spans Morocco to Malaysia, Nigeria to Bosnia, Chicago to Jakarta. It also includes Sunnis and Shia, mystics and reformers, conservatives and progressives. The internal diversity is vast. But here is something important and slightly uncomfortable for the Western audiences. Islam does not fit neatly into modern secular categories. The modern West separates religion from politics, private faith from public law. But historically, Islam did not evolve within that framework. For over a millennium, Islam functioned as the organizing center of empires and societies. So when we ask, why doesn't Islam just become more secular, we are often asking it to become something historically foreign to itself. At the same time, and this is crucial, Muslim societies today are undergoing enormous change. Urbanization, education, digital media, migration, all of these are reshaping Islamic thought in real time. We are witnessing not a static civilization, but a dynamic one. And here's something that often gets overlooked. Most Muslims are not primarily thinking about geopolitics. They're thinking about family, work, prayer, honor, hospitality, dignity, the ordinary concerns of human life. If you want to understand Islam, start there. But let me offer one more slightly provocative observation. Western conversations about Islam often swing between two extremes: fear or romanticism. Either Islam is portrayed as an existential threat or as a misunderstood, perfectly harmonious mirror of Western values. Both visions distort reality. Islam has produced extraordinary art, philosophy, architecture, poetry, and spiritual devotion. It has also produced legal systems and political movements that challenge Western liberal assumptions. It deserves serious engagement, not slogans. So, what should we do? First, learn before reacting, read primary sources, listen to Muslim voices across the spectrum, understand the historical context. Second, avoid flattening nearly 2 billion people into one caricature. And third, especially for Christians who are watching this, engage with both clarity and charity. Agreement is not required for respect. Honest difference does not require hostility. The world of Islam is not going away. It is young demographically, globally connected, and intellectually alive. As I have said elsewhere, the future of Europe is either Islam or Christianity. There is no third option because secular people simply do not have children. If we want to understand the 21st century, we cannot afford shallow thinking about Islam. And perhaps the most important step is this: replace reaction with understanding. Because when we understand more deeply, we argue more intelligently, and we live more wisely. Thank you for your time. You know the standard YouTube thing. Make sure to give it a like, make sure to follow. Thank you, and if you have any questions or comments, leave those below. Thank you for joining me in my quest to understand Islam, Christianity, and modernity, making sense of it all.